everybody. Welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I am Jamie.
And I need to drop 2 balls, but it's okay. I'm old. They don't have far to go.
Oh, really?
Oh, you got your licorice.
I thought you were going to bring licorice.
I don't have any. I
told Jay I was like, I'm going to beat Jack in his own game.
If I did have licorice, I would have more than I'd give them more than just a sliver. Jeff, what does Jeff Probst make? Like 50 million a year?
Yeah. You've seen how he is, though. I mean, he'll attack you with a knife when you want rice.
That's true. I'm surprised he didn't come out with a big keg of red vines. You guys can share this one. I got my hemorrhoid pillow. We're cool.
Oh, he doesn't look cool when he eats licorice, though. I have learned that. He is not a cool dude with a stick of licorice. He's
looks like a cow. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, he went to make this big.
Maybe we can milk him.
So, okay.
Liz is allergic. Stop. Liz is allergic.
It took me that long for anybody not watching. It took me that long to finish chewing and swallowing the first piece of Twizzler Hurley brought down. Now I've got a second piece. Anyway, okay. Let's talk about this episode. It was my messy, sweet little friend. And wow. It went places.
It did.
I honestly thought that this was going to be the day that they got Q out. And then when they were talking at Tribal, I was like, oh, Charlie's going to bitch out and he's not.
Nobody wants Q to go home because they all want to go to the finals with Q.
Except Charlie, because he knows that he has less of a chance of making it to the finals.
Well, he thinks his plan, I think, is to get rid of Maria. He wants Q there. Q's he's a no vote, right? I mean, there's no way Q can win.
Yeah. Oh,
all right.
He thinks he can.
He thinks he can, but I'm just thinking the reason he hasn't been voted out is because they want to take him with them.
Here's the hard sell on this, though. I would assume just on surface level that would be true. But this is the third or fourth person in a row that Q was supposed to go home and the other person was out with an idol in their pocket. So
at least a third time in a row.
There's at least 3 out of 5 sitting in the jury right now. Yeah. That had all the power that the game gives you, and Q's game still beat them.
Honestly, I'm kind of bitter about the fact now that we've had 3 idols in the pockets go home in a row.
Yeah. And they're all going home for the same person to stay. That's the thing.
I know.
And that's what leads me to the idea that he would be a 0 vote. Would he win? I don't think up against Maria or something. No, but he's not going to. What he does for a living, the man is going to be able to sell his game to them. I really think he's going to be able to do it. He's definitely got to go. Well, him and Maria both. No one else has a chance.
He could beat Liz because nobody likes her. They just want her to starve to death.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that because I think that was a huge blunder on Maria's part. Truly.
I agree.
He's going to lose so many jury votes, especially if Liz goes out soon.
Yep. There was no need for her to do it.
Oh, Venus will spread the word.
Oh, Venus will. Oh, yeah.
She is going to have so much fun with all of these daiquiris and poolside chats.
Oh, I miss Ponderosa videos.
I give her credit, though. She was spot on with Maria. I mean,
she's been spot on about almost everybody.
She's got a good read on the game, with the exception of
not herself.
But she was spot on when she said that was just stupid what you said, basically.
Yeah. See, her problem is she doesn't.
You took Q.
Right, a person who just ate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A person who needs very clearly, everyone in the game can very clearly see that Q isn't going to abandon you because you don't take him on a challenge. He needs you. You're all he has in this game right now.
Yeah.
You could have easily just left him there and gained a vote with Liz, because I think it's pretty obvious that you could buy Liz.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you could buy her. You could buy your vote. You know, she'd be at your side if you fed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but still, Liz voted for Venus.
So, okay, I know we saw that.
Because they want. I don't know why. Charlie must not be a threat to win.
He's so smart, though. I mean, we're hearing
Mhm.
these great confessionals from him. Like
He's smart. He's knowledgeable. He knows the game. He's likable.
Yep.
Yet he doesn't get. I mean, how many times has he not had an idol to protect himself? Not an idol, immunity necklace.
Yeah.
And
Or
he doesn't
idol.
get he doesn't get a vote.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe if he had an idol, he would get all the votes on him.
But I'm just saying.
Apparently, that's what happened.
To me, if you're looking at the biggest threat, was Venus the biggest threat? No.
Mm-mm.
Charlie, I would think Charlie, but I'm not there. So I keep looking at the fact he's not getting any votes. His name's not even brought up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's
never
his
brought
social
up.
game is so good.
I get that. But
I
those
think
people are
Maria is
playing-
going to bring his name up next week. I mean, there's this whole big story we're seeing of Charlie having to separate from Maria. And I think what the twist is going to be is that Maria makes the move first.
Ooh.
I think that's why we get the little, like, her laying in the sand talking about how she feels like a part of her is whatever,
Oh,
whatever the drama was.
yeah. I do think Maria's in big trouble, though.
Yeah.
Because if I'm any of them and I have a
Yep.
brain,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take her out. She's the biggest threat. Now she's
Yeah.
got 2 big moves on her resume. And
Yeah.
Charlie
Yeah.
even sees that and knows it. So how does he not take her out? This is the
Yep.
time. You don't.
He should have
Oh.
taken out Q.
He should have taken out Q
That
because
was, but again, I
because
think
she
they
will
all
pick
want to go to the
Ben.
finals with him.
I know,
Mhm.
but she will take Ben and Q with her over Charlie.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
And he knows that.
She can take Liz, Ben, Q, and she wins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Charlie gives her a run, but then of course Charlie, what does he? All he can say is, "Well, I voted the way
I worked with
Maria told
Maria.
me.
Yeah.
I worked with her. He can't, so he's got to get rid of her."
Yeah. And I would imagine that she has this vision in her head of Charlie being in jury and advocating for her. Like I think that's like
I mean, it's not
where
a
she's
bad.
really kind of like trying to focus him in the relationship.
Well, to be fair, I think who else is he going to pull for?
Well, he tried to pull for Venus, but she was being a big dumb meathead and like
Okay, so I want to talk about that too. With Venus, we saw that hubris, right? That she just couldn't keep it to herself. Do we really think that tanked her game, or do we think that Charlie was always going to go with whatever Maria and Ben ended up going with the end, and that was just giving us a reason? Because
Charlie was always voting.
I kind of
Venus
think
out.
that too.
I feel
I
like
think that too. Because
I think he was really willing to, but I think that conversation, it wasn't like he was 100% going to work with Venus, and that conversation ruined everything. I just think that conversation confirmed what his fear of working with Venus was.
But again, Liz voted for Venus.
yeah, so
Kenzie
the
voted for
group went
Venus.
because I don't think
Ben only voted for Kenzie because
in case she played the shot in the dark, yeah,
or someone had an idol.
yeah.
But I think that was just editing to make it seem target.
I am inclined to agree with that, especially because everybody was like, Venus is just saying that. Like, there's no way she has an idol.
But when Charlie looked down after he says, "Does anyone have an idol? It's time to play it." Charlie goes and looks right at Venus. So right there, it's like, okay, he voted for Venus.
Yeah.
And I even said that right before the vote. I was like, oh, it's going to be Venus.
But I would have got rid of Q just because that weakens Maria.
It weakens Maria. Exactly. Like, he wants to sit next to him, but he also is discounting the fact that he's very likable. He gets rid of Q. That's a move on his resume. He can win immunity. He can take out Maria, and then he's the top. And all he has to do is win immunity at 4.
Yep.
So he has a very clear path to the end, even if he's taking out the GOAT of the season.
But if they don't take out Maria, she's going to win it.
Yeah, I agree. But
I don't see how again, we don't know the behind the scenes, but from what we've seen, she wins it, even though she made a big blunder today with I'm going to take the people that need it the most.
That was
come on, Q. Do rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like I had tweeted that that would have immediately made an enemy in my mind, she would have been an enemy to me. Even if I wasn't Liz, I wasn't the one starving. If I was the one standing next to that person saying, you know what, I'm pulling myself out of this. I'm not going to go because this person clearly needs to be fed. And just the last challenge,
it's just the numbers here.
Even then, it was like, Q, don't take me, take Liz. And he said, no, you don't get to pull yourself out of this. Why in the world would you do that when people are volunteering again? And you saw how people thought about that. Like, they talked to her about what they thought of Q for doing that.
Okay, so here's some maths that I just figured out while you were talking.
Okay.
So because I'm astonished too that Liz just keeps going with the group when we've seen that she has that fire in her, right? And so
when she's sleeping.
So this is how they could have pulled it off and gotten Q out. So Ben could have still thrown his Kenzie vote because they think the votes are all going to Venus. And then the votes that go on Venus would then be Q and Maria. And then the other 4 just votes for Q and gets him out. So does Charlie not even have enough pull? But I wouldn't even imagine that because everybody kept saying how much they couldn't stand him and they just wanted him gone because they didn't like him socially.
Yeah.
But Charlie, that one flaw in his game, he doesn't have the guts to pull the trigger.
And that's exactly what I said to the boys when we were watching. I was like, he chickened out.
He doesn't want. He does. He's afraid. He's afraid to piss someone off.
Truth.
Yeah,
and that's going to cost him $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I put my numbers in the chat.
But if I was going to say, if I was Liz and she said, let's do rock, paper, scissors, I would have said, screw it.
I would have said, go F yourself.
Yeah, I said, screw it. I go, forget it. You know, I need the food. You know, I need to eat. And you want me to do rock, paper, scissors? And he just went on a big meal. Yeah. Forget it.
Here's the thing. I get it. Like, whatever. Maria's like trying to figure out the best option, whatever. But at that point, this being 2 different challenges in a row with this person like starving and talking about her lack of poop and other people willing to give up a free meal for this person. And this is the second one in a row where you're going to go, no. And then you're going to make it a rock, paper, scissors. It's not bullying, but it feels pretty mean-spirited. Like, it's like teasing.
Yes, it especially because it wasn't between Venus and Liz.
Yes.
Like, those are the starving ones. You can see it. Like, they're hungry.
Yep.
Q just ate. Also, I don't think that they meant to do this, but by taking like Charlie and Kenzie taking themselves out of consideration, it really put Maria in the harder spot too, because she could have just been like, I'm going to take Ben and I'm going to take Charlie.
Yep.
Then it would have been easy peasy.
Of course, so in reward challenges, you never want to take your alliance.
Yeah, you don't want to leave people.
Took his last time, and it didn't matter. Yeah. He's still here.
Yeah,
this season's weird. These people are all weird. They're different.
But I'm saying normally you don't want to do that because. But it didn't hurt her. I mean, she's. I think she's. I don't see her being voted out. She could find an idol next week. Who again, once I think at a certain point.
If she finds an idol next week, she's going home. That's the season.
Yeah. But I think at a certain point, I say this every year. Okay, the idols are gone. Let them be gone.
Yeah.
Let them be finished.
They don't need to come back every time.
No. Anyway,
I think if there's an idol at the first half of a game and then there's an idol at the second half of the game, I'd be cool with that.
If we were getting exciting gameplay from the idol, then I'd be cool with it. And I'm still fine with it, but like we're not getting any exciting gameplay, so it's just kind of like.
You know what? But you know what is great is that there isn't, and I loved that we got to have Venus narrate the thought of the viewer, where she's all like, "It's so great because it's just a clean idol. Like I don't have to go and run and solve I don't have to solve a puzzle. I don't have to go to a second location."
That's the dream nowadays.
Well, and she said, she goes, "Oh, it must have been terrible. Tiff will remember that for the rest of her life."
And I knew she was screwed at that moment.
She's not going to play the idol.
Yeah. I would die if I went out with an idol in my pocket.
And
play the damn idol or stop alluding to it to people.
She even said, I've had votes. My name's been written down every week.
Every single tribe. Yeah.
Why don't you? I go, and she's pretty decent in the challenge. She should have won today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. But she lost on it because she panicked at the end. But she has a good chance of winning challenges, especially with who's left. So play your idol. To me, I, when it gets down to that is you got to play your idol, because it's like Tiff last week. Play your idol. You're good in the challenges. Play your idol.
I still can't believe. Though Tiff has said in exit press, that Charlie convinced her really, really well to not play the idol, that they were going to use it to take out Marie on the next vote.
And Charlie really convinced Venus that she was going to be safe. So Charlie is a very convincing human being. He does not come across as threatening, and he is very friendly, and he doesn't. It's weird because he keeps winning challenges, but he doesn't appear to be a physical threat. So maybe like it's easy to forget that he's going to win before you go to a challenge.
Maybe. Sorry, the AC is blasting on me down here, and I need to turn it off. It's freezing down here. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking at my phone. I'm not trying to be rude.
I'm
just trying to get warm.
We were talking about the challenge, okay, and then it came with a reward. And I had my notes in here about this. Is it just this season where they're constantly getting a reward with the immunity necklace?
Yes, because usually it's 2.
Yeah,
right?
I don't love this. I do not love this, and the reason why is
it makes them safe.
Yes, and
they can make they can make terrible decisions, and it's.
You go back to like Omer. I use Omer as an example because like he won the chocolate cake. You know, he won that, and then he pulled the people in to come in and have the chocolate cake, but that move got him voted out that episode. Yes. So like I miss that dynamic. I do not like them feeling super safe when they're picking people to go on a reward with them. I don't like it.
Plus, with an hour and a half episode, you should have more time. And I think the challenges. I mean, I like the strategy talk, but it was too long. I got bored with it after a while. The strategy talk. I'm like,
I really bored. It was once I figured out that it was all a red herring, like it wasn't really going anywhere. They weren't showing us how they got to Venus, really.
Right.
Like then I was like, all right, fine. Well, I guess I could have played on my phone during this.
Because we had a half hour, 35 minutes before they did the challenge. And I'm like going, and it wasn't even a long challenge, except for the part at the end.
Oh, the part at the end was tough. I was rooting for Venus to win that, because I thought the upset would have been so great.
Yeah, I know. She was so close until she was all like, oh, I'm going to put my basket a mile over here and then dump it.
Wham! I think she kind of flipped it instead of
it was like
all she had to do was just roll it out. But
I think all of Jeff's narration got her all wobbled. I really liked the narration of the episode and the way that it flowed. I think Charlie makes an excellent narrator of the interaction.
So does Kenzie.
She's great at that too. What I think where the miss is like, because I don't usually mind the 90 minutes, but I think where the miss is like anytime you see after the episode and you get to see like the deleted scenes, everybody's like, why wasn't that in the 90-minute episode instead of this other thing? Like that tells us the true tale of what's going on. So the 90 minutes is great. I just think that whoever is in charge of getting the flow of each episode is missing a mark every episode nearly.
Which is interesting because the last season, it was the 90 minutes worked out pretty well.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's just.
I think last season, the people were more interesting.
They were. And I think that like we have good characters this season. Like Q is entertaining. Like, do they give us too much of him sometimes? Yes, they give us too much of him, but he's entertaining. Like he's a good villain. Charlie and Kenzie are great storytellers. I don't know.
Ben's great at
all I can
songs.
Yeah, all I can.
You're a poser, dude.
Oh my god, when he called her a poser, I was like, oh my god, that is hilarious.
I'm kind of old, but do people still use the term poser?
They do not.
Okay,
but
I was just wondering because I go, God, I haven't heard poser since the 90s.
I feel like
hold on, wait. I think the last time I heard poser was when Jeff Probst was calling Rocket Science guy poser.
Yep.
John.
Yeah, I feel like you can't use the term poser if you like
John Fincher, right? John Fincher?
Yes.
Parvati's
Fincher.
ex-husband. Yeah. Okay.
I think that if you're going to use the term poser, you have to at some point in your life like owned a pair of Vans. You know, like, and if you haven't, you missed your opportunity. It's not the word for you.
Well, I'm sure he's had a pair of Vans.
Oh, I'm sure he has a closet full of them.
Yeah.
All right. So
his hero is Jess Spicoli.
Yes, he's got a killer set of tools.
So we have I think, and even Venus is, she grew on me more and more because the more you saw, like, oh, she's just rough around the edges in her presentation. She still knows what's going on.
Yes,
that's not a bad narrator either. There was just something there is like, it's not, I can't say it's a bad season, but I feel like you're right, both of you, like we could be getting just maybe not tighter episodes, but just maybe a little bit different. Like, we didn't need so much time last week on Liz's meltdown.
No, though, I mean, it was still entertaining to me. So
it was.
I'm not even gonna hate on it. It fed me and my allergies for the entire week, and it encouraged a lot of people to go to Applebee's. My in-laws actually were like, "Hey, let's go out to eat. We're going to Applebee's."
Actually encouraged me not to go.
Yeah, see, normally I'm like, "Oh, you said it too many times. You tried to sell me on something, and now I can't."
Well, last week I wasn't here, but I was reading and people were saying that was the biggest meltdown in Survivor history. I go, did everyone forget about Brandon Hance?
Yeah, that was a psychotic break, though. That wasn't so much a meltdown.
Did everybody forget about Banu like 3 weeks ago, screaming at the heavens?
Yeah, screaming to God, why are you doing this?
Like, Tiffany literally had to tell him to get up off his knees. Yeah.
Let's move to the chat real quick. Sherry says Venus is definitely going to bring the tea to Ponderosa. I would love to see a Ponderosa video of Venus arriving. Maybe it'll
oh my God,
that would be
do
fun.
it anyway. It would be amazing. I want to hear her telling everybody about what went down.
Maybe they voted her out because, again, she did have a grasp on what was going on.
Yeah, she did, and she has since the beginning, right?
Like, yeah, and she's a smart girl, and she knows what she's, a smart player. And I think maybe that was. I mean, I think a lot of people didn't like her too. I think something to do.
Yeah, I think she rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
But I think maybe she was more of a threat to win than we thought, because, again, at this point of the game, I'm bringing people that can't win with me. That's what I'm going to do. I'm bringing the people that can't beat me in challenges. They can't beat me at the game, because I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win $1 million.
Yeah,
so I want to vote people out. Which, again, it shocks me that Charlie is still around when he's on paper. It looks like, well, if he went to the finals with me, other than Maria.
Yep. Even Liz to that. Even Liz to that same. Because I mean, I guess I don't know that Liz has quite the grasp of what's happening in the game that Venus had, but I mean, she certainly created a lot of friction and drama, and like. For a while there, she was really wishy-washy with her votes, so how do you know where she was going to go? I think she
couldn't eat them. That was a problem.
Saved her butt like the last 3 episodes sticking with the same group. But
yeah, okay.
But I don't think Liz is a threat. So that's another.
She's not a threat. Like, you could take her and substitute her for Q, right? And Ben. Like, there's really 3 interchangeable.
I mean, like, literally,
at the end here.
She can't defend herself from coconuts.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Jack. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
But I'm saying with Charlie, and I think we talked about it earlier. He needed to get rid of Q because.
Yep.
Maria has got Q in her hip pocket.
Yeah.
So all she needs is another vote to get rid of Charlie.
This is like the D Austin Mama K thing all over again.
He had to get.
You mean Mama Julie?
Mama J, not K.
Mama J. Yeah.
That's why he had to get rid of. I said, he'll get rid of Q because he's been replaced.
It's best for his game.
He's been replaced as the number 1. They're still friends. They'll be friends off the island.
Right.
But in the game, she's cutthroat right now, and he's not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, agreed. Okay, moving back over to the chat. Let's see. Sherry also says, especially because Venus wasn't in on the last vote, so she should not have been there thinking, I know what's going on, play the idol. That's a good point.
Yep.
Jackson Glatfelter says, more 90-minute Survivor for the rest of the future.
I like it.
We'll
I
see.
like it. If they can tell the story correctly, I like it.
Okay. Sherry says, my husband's so irritated he was just starting to like Venus.
Oh my God.
Here.
Yes. Oh my gosh. My husband was the same way. He literally, I'm going to take out all of the expletive deleteds, but he was like, I rooted for you for 30 whole minutes of my life.
Agreed.
You broke my heart.
He was so mad.
Victoria's here. She says,
Victoria.
Venus, just had no idea how to play the game. Well, Q either, but geez, you had one job. I think she knew how to read the game, but when it came to socially playing it, I think that was, she just wasn't there to make friends, but you have to make friends or make people think that you want to be their friends.
I think she made some friends at the end. Obviously, Liz and her were friends. Especially if Liz was sharing her rice with her.
That's true.
I don't know about that. Didn't Liz have words about her too at some points?
She did to Maria, but I think it was more of a, oh yeah, like I'm convincing you that we're together thing. But anytime Liz was all upset, Venus was patting her back and, you know.
Yeah.
Liz she's young and she's got a mouth and she knows how to use it. So she's not gonna, Venus. Yeah, Venus. Liz is a millionaire and she's, anyway.
Yeah. She's
going to be just.
She's not going to get it. So.
Yeah.
Victoria
I was waiting for her to leap at Jeff and steal all his licorice.
I know. I can eat licorice.
I'm angry. Now that would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
Is there a penalty for stealing Jeff's licorice? It's
not
Survivor.
in the rule book.
What's he gonna do? Not hide an idol under her pillow? I mean, it's fine.
I'm gonna take your licorice, Jeff. And your hemorrhoid pillow.
And your hemorrhoid pillow. Victoria says Liz doesn't do anything but sleep and gets mad that Q just stands there. That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
because we saw that whole idol hunt and it's just Liz sleeping. But she's
wasting away.
Well, to be fair, Q had to walk off all the food he's had the last couple of days. What do you say? He had 23 slices of pizza.
Oh my God!
Because there's 3 pizzas, right?
Well,
and you figure there's 12 slices per box.
I'll tell you what. Weird beach pizzas.
I'll tell you what. He's not having a trouble taking a dump that day.
No, I think he's got that one. I think he's got it going.
Onions and pepperonis and sausage and cheese.
Yeah, I don't even like the supreme pizzas like that, but I would have eaten it because
same. I would have probably still taken the mushrooms and thrown them off.
Yeah, I don't like mushrooms. No thanks. Or as I call onions. But
do we like sassy Jeff at Tribal still?
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, he's showing a personality, which is, maybe he's making up for the tribe not being. Because are they funny? I guess Charlie's pretty funny, but.
I think that they're fine.
Not on his truth. On his truth.
You want to know what? I think it's like he's never gonna. Jeff has taken a lot of heat from the viewers over the last 4.5 years, and he can pretend that he's okay with it, but his spray tan says otherwise. He cares what people think of him, and that's fine. You're a host on one of the biggest shows in the world. You probably should care what people think of you. So he's listening a little bit. He's trying to loosen up a little bit. He's trying to stop trying to ask for the literary references or comparing everything to Jaws or he's trying out I'm the cool friendly counselor.
Maybe he's gonna try another talk show because that's what killed him his first go around. He wasn't very likable. It was a boring talk show.
It was rough.
They even brought in that comedian. She was on was that Community she was on?
Yeah, I think so.
I never watched it, so I don't know
well, they brought her on to try and liven it up, but by then it was
Sherry Shepherd?
Not Sherry Shepherd. The girl was on Community.
Jillian Jacobs?
No.
The blonde one?
No.
Annie, whoever played Annie?
No. Maybe it wasn't Community.
No.
Well, while you guys figure that out.
Chevy Chase. That's it.
No. Okay, so Sassy Jeff, tribals, hemorrhoid pillows and snacks. So we liking this? Are we?
Yeah, it's
think
all right.
it's pandering.
I think it's kind of a dick move to bring all that licorice. you make them. I would have said, Jeff, I'm not taking it. I'll rock paper scissors for you.
Yeah, I'll rock paper scissors for the whole.
That's what Liz should have said. I'll rock paper scissors for your cut, Maria.
Yes.
That would have
been
my
fun. God. Let's see. What else am I missing before we wrap it up and move over to? Do we think that Kenzie is in trouble? I was real surprised that Ben threw the vote on her because I thought she and Ben were real tight.
Well, I think at this point, Ben is promised probably final 3, which he would be a good final. Him and Q would, if you're Maria, you take, either Liz and Q, or Liz Ben. And Ben, or Ben and you take one of those 3 and you're a lock. So I think that, Ben probably thinks he can win, but he can't.
Not from what we're seeing.
I honestly wonder if Ben even thinks he can win. Yeah. Like, I think he's just like chilling out at the after party.
He's like,
yeah, he's just like so happy to be there.
Next week, I instead of putting Ben down, I'd put Poser.
Poser? That would be so funny.
Get out of here, you poser.
And Jeff would go, all right, who wrote this? Who wrote this? That one time where the guy, well, I was just, I don't know the nickname. That was like first 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Jeff got angry.
Yeah, I like the licorice better than that, Jeff. That Jeff's kind of Jeff's like kind of a dick, but not fun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
Cranky.
Real quick, I think the only thing we really haven't mentioned, Kenzie, what do we think her chances are at this point, since
Maria's running the show? That's why Ben voted for Kenzie. We didn't see it in the 90 minutes, but she probably told him. She said, "Look, in case Venus has an idol, put a vote on Kenzie."
I think if Maria's gone, Kenzie's chances are still really good.
Yeah, she would have. Kenzie would. Maria would have to go home, but if it's going to be if Maria has her way next week, it's either Charlie or Kenzie.
So, okay, if we were to break this apart though, okay, and Charlie really is like, knows he has to get rid of Maria, or he has to get rid of Q. Really, his only safe other person is gonna be Kenzie. Like, that's the person he's gonna have to go to initiate this. Liz, I don't know how much he trusts her or not, but is he even going to be able to have the numbers at this point? Did he already tank it by pushing Venus out?
It was a mistake. Today was he should have gotten rid of Q.
He should have, because I think Venus, as much as she doesn't like him, I think she may have worked with him because she didn't have a lot of options too.
Yeah.
I definitely think that she would have worked with Charlie, because I think that Venus I think that Venus was approachable and willing to game with anybody she deemed to be at least her level. And I think that was really apparent. But I think that was really apparent, and I think that's probably why it was so off-putting to a lot of people, and that they did not get along with her. But she kind of caught herself sort of alluding to Charlie that she had that idol. But I think she was just trying to give him something that would make him feel secure without completely giving up her security. And she didn't know how to finesse that, obviously.
I think what she was trying to say is, you show me something.
Yes.
We get rid of Q.
Yep.
And then I'll be with you to the final 4.
Right. I think that was like her final test. Like, yep, I can do this with Charlie, and then we can.
But she still should have played. That's where, okay, I'm testing Charlie, but I'm going to play my idol. If all the votes are on me, then I know I can't trust Charlie.
Yeah.
The next week. So that's why it just shocks me she didn't play her idol. I'm just like going.
I am, both her and Tiffany, both of them, it just shocked me. And it's funny too, because Venus is somebody who she's like, she kind of plays like Q. You know, where it's like, oh
How
yeah, I
so?
trust this person. I'm good with this person. Like this person gets it. So I think we'll be okay. And then the person just raises one eyebrow and is like, oh no, nope, 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 nope. And then Venus would go run and tell somebody. See, when Q would complain about that, but it was like, Q, you did the same thing. Like you do this, you play the same way.
Well, that's why they I think they panned to Tiffany in the jury, and her face was like,
No.
really? If she could have said something, she would have said something.
Yep.
It's almost like they should make the British Parliament. Let the people, let them just.
I feel like if Soda could say something, she would say something too, because she looks so ticked off all the time in jury. And it's like she just
should
sits there,
be.
she's like, you know, I don't know, like if she's just like pumping herself up to give him the glare and make him intimidated or what the deal is. Cause she's, I don't know, all the things that we've seen her, she's mostly like pretty chill, you know?
Yeah.
But she looks mad at every jury. And she
Yeah.
rolls her eyes at everything that anybody says. I don't know.
Okay. Let's stop there. We'll take our little break, and then we come back. We'll answer some chat questions and emails and pick our things, you know, our predictions. Okay, here we go.
I didn't know I picked.
Okay, we're back. That was
We're done
quick.
picking our things.
Victoria asked question, who is Liz aligned with?
All the people that haven't pooped.
Not Q. I think at this point Liz is willing to work with anybody but Q.
So
even then, obviously she's working with him anyway.
She's by herself.
I think she's by herself.
I don't understand. I don't understand her game. It just doesn't make. Again,
I think she's been by herself since the beginning.
I think she's just tired, miserable. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, I think that's it. She just to not vote Q.
Yeah.
When you literally can't stand him.
I don't get it.
And I don't know. And you're pissed at Maria, and you know that Maria's number one right now is Q.
Right.
How do you not get back at Maria and weaken her by voting Q?
Also, Q is not good for Liz's game. He's taking food away from her 2 challenges in a row. All the stuff she mentioned last week about how he's tanked her game. Like, he is not good for her game. So I don't know what good it does her unless she's just given up and she just wants to sleep and get dragged along to the final 3 or whatever. Just I don't know.
Maybe there's something to that, Colleen, because remember, what was it, like day 14 or something? I don't know. Day 4? I don't know. Yeah. Where she had the little narrative where she's like, today I woke up and I realized, like, what have I been doing this whole time?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I haven't been playing this game and I need to play this game. And I think she did play the game for a minute until like she couldn't win it. You know, like, and I think
she fell back asleep and decided to stop playing.
Kind of stopped playing the game now. And I don't know. I kind of feel like she's sort of trapped in that. I think she's trapped in the social aspect of the game. Like she's really trapped in it, almost as if like, I don't want people to not be my friend. I'm afraid of people being mad at me. I don't have the courage, you know, that kind of thing.
That could be it.
I don't mean that in a like I really love everybody and I don't want people to be upset with me. I mean more like in sort of
because they might not take
cowardly
reward challenge.
Yeah, like
reward dinner.
I think she's kind of afraid. She blew up. The reason I know this sounds weird because she did blow up and she did get confrontational about something. But I've learned with people who blow up like that are very anti-confrontational. It's just they blow up because they never just firmly show their boundary.
That's what she was saying. That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
Today.
Yes, where she has the allergies because
I could see, final 3 where they have to make their case for why they won. I could see her just going, "Can we just get to the vote? I don't care if I win or lose because I know there's going to be pizza and champagne, and I'm hungry.
I want the rest of that licorice.
And then Maria will say, "Sorry, you won't get any pizza. Third place doesn't get any pizza."
I think she's scared. I think she has been playing this whole game scared.
Maybe.
I don't know. I can't figure it out. But there's always players like that.
Yeah.
You go, why are you voting that way? It's almost like season 1.
Yep.
I do think
the one guy that was voting when he had his order or whatever he was doing, and
that's right. What was it? The alphabet order or whatever?
It was something that killed the whole game, but that's okay.
I don't know. I personally just think that she's too tired and too hungry. Rather, not tired. She's sleeping all the time. I think she's too hungry and she's too little energy to really give it a go.
She can't be in it. Like she just can't keep her head in it.
That's what I think.
Maybe right.
Victoria also says, "Oh, this is alluding to what we talked about earlier. We didn't talk about this. Oh snap! Not sure if you said it yet, but if she plays her idol, it's between Kenzie and Q. Who goes home? I think Kenzie goes home.
Kenzie.
Yeah, I'm afraid she does. Just based on how quickly everybody was willing to
turn on Venus, even though the vote was Q. Yeah, I think that it's Q. I think
it's a pretty firm line of this side and that side at this point, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, Venus could have voted, right?
She would have been able to vote, but it would have just been her.
But yeah, the rest of them would have gone Kenzie.
Yeah.
And then Kenzie would have been all over again.
Okay. We also have an email from Victoria. So
Victoria.
Hey!
We do not have an email from Mandy tonight because she is currently, or hopefully it's passed by now, but she said that she is in the path of all those storms that are happening, and they were trying to keep safe. So, Mandy, I hope that everything worked out. I hope that you guys are okay.
Lots of best wishes to everybody that is in the line of these storms. We spent the last 2 days in them, and they have sucked a lot. And I have gotten my steps in every single day just by going back and forth in the storm shelter.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, everybody in the path, be careful, be safe, be weather aware.
Yes. Okay. Victoria says, "Good evening, everyone. Wow, what an episode. I didn't know where the votes are going. It's the first time we had 4 idols go unused in a season.
Oh,
was it 4?
Well,
I know it's been 3 straight weeks.
3 in a row. Did somebody go home with an idol of pre-merge or at the merge?
Oh, I think they did.
Yeah. I can't remember who all played this game anymore.
I know. I feel, yeah. Okay, this, well, she's in the chat. I'm sure she'll answer this.
How can she be in the chat and also sending us an email?
I think it was Tim was the first.
Did Tim go home with an idol? Yes, he did. You're right. You're right.
Yes,
he did. This is the season of breakdowns. I don't know, but it was weird how Liz cannot keep Q out of her mouth.
She's obsessed.
That's what she said. It's like she eats rice and then says something angry about Q.
Is she allowed? I can't say it. I'm sorry.
That's her whole game. Oh yeah, no.
I can't. I don't know if she's allergic to it. I
don't know.
Maybe.
I knew you were gonna say that.
She might just be.
Some people need protein. I don't know.
The list is long.
Okay.
And you thought that we hit the peak with the conversation about poop.
We barely talked about poop, girl. What are you talking about?
Well,
I know Secret Agent Joe would like to form a club with. What's her name?
I gotta poop.
That's what. Okay. Anyway, so and Venus just couldn't keep her mouth shut long enough to go to tribal. It's the curse of the idols at this point. It's like the curse of the idols. And as Victoria says, I think we just figured out what Liz's game is, guys. Her whole game is to eat rice and bitch about Q. That's it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Oh, Jen went home with an idol.
Yes,
that's right.
Oh, I liked her. Bummer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But she walked around with that machete, awful threatening, like.
Well, she didn't play a smart game.
Who?
She was the one that.
Oh, Jem. Yes, sorry. Okay.
She was the one that found the idol, but put the box back right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they.
Well, everybody dug underneath the ant and poop tree for days.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wasn't making any friends with that move.
Nope.
That's so gross. Okay. Moving into our tally of the votes.
Who did I pick last week?
Elena picked Maria for you, I believe.
Oh, come on, Elena. Jeez, terrible pick.
All right, so Venus goes home. And let's see, Jack is the only one that had her merge, which means Jack gets the point. So let's move over here. Oh, Elena says sorry. No, Elena, great pick. Pick.
Terrible. Elena, terrible.
Jack now is 12. Jamie and I are very far behind.
Luckily, I have a lead, Elena. I'd be really mad.
Jamie gets a point because she picked Venus. Oh, wait. No, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong week.
I didn't pick
Charlie.
I picked
Maria
Charlie.
and Q. Oh, I was
so close. Charlie doesn't get a vote.
I thought Charlie was going to go home based off of everyone talking about Maria. I thought that right-hand man was toast.
The right-hand man now is Q.
He is.
He replaced
Big
Hamilton. Cancel Christmas. Q is the right-hand man. Elena says, "I know, but if she didn't get the idol, then she would have gone home." Maria, and I think Maria would have gone home if she didn't get the idol.
I'll take 50% of the hate off.
All right, so we have the finale is the 22nd, right? So we have 2 weeks left. Okay, here we are, almost in the end, home stretch, guys. The penultimate.
Here we are.
Who is not going to that final season finale episode? Who do we think is finally going home?
I'm going to say Charlie.
Ooh, what? Jamie, poop about it.
I gotta keep him on Charlie too.
Really?
Yeah.
If he doesn't win immunity, that's the logical choice.
I think he's gone. Yeah.
I kind of think Charlie goes home in fire, to be honest.
But he knows how to start. He knows how to do fire.
Well, then maybe he doesn't. Maybe he passed the fire challenge because he's still like Kenzie needs him for her game. I think Kenzie will fight to keep him around. I think Kenzie can make a good case.
She's the only one.
Maybe
that's what I think.
I don't know. Sherry says don't vote for Q. I don't know. I feel like at this point I gotta go Q. I've been doing it almost every week.
Q's going the final 3. He's in like Flint.
God, I hate to say, but I think I think it's going to be Q. I think the odds are it's going to be Q and Liz and Maria.
Yeah.
But we'll see because it really depends how this shakes out.
How is Q at fire?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Because maybe he goes against Kenzie and I don't think Kenzie started a fire once, has she?
Well, I know she didn't start a fire for like the first week they were there because they didn't have any flint. But I don't know what her fire skills were after the flint came in.
I'm thinking if you're Maria and say you have the advantage all the way, you let Q and Lindsay go for fire, right? And
Q and Kenzie, you mean?
Yeah, and then you bring Liz with you,
right?
So
it is like the ultimate paper, rock, scissors.
Yeah.
And I think Q would be flattered that he would be put up for fire. Like, I think he'd be one of those persons like, yeah, that's right. I can do this. She knows she trusts me. I'm her right-hand man. She trusts me to take out Kenzie or whoever it is.
And then it should be a clean.
I got to keep the game in my own hands.
Unless there's an angry jury, Maria, if she goes to the final 3 with those two, but
don't you guys kind of get angry jury vibes from these people though?
I do.
There's a lot of they're like,
but
I don't think it's that Maria though.
Wind on those.
I don't think it's that much at Maria. It's mostly at Q.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think too. I think it's mostly Q.
We'll see what happens after Tiffany and Venus get through with it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, pretty much all of jury was in a alliance with Q. So
yeah.
Good point. All right, I'm gonna go with Q. You know why? Because at this point it's tradition.
You bet.
And I'm not gonna win this, so except
Charlie finds an idol. He doesn't play an idol. He goes home.
There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's the game. Anyway, on that note, everybody, we'll see what happens. 2 weeks left. We got this. We got this. We will see you next. We will see you next week. Same time, same place. Thank you all for watching tonight. Thank you for listening. We hope you'll come back next week or whatnot.
Yeah.
Thank you to the patrons. If you want to be a patron, patreon.com/JanJack. Thank you to the patrons that contribute at a certain level. And that would be Eckhart, Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with Plan, and the creepy poopy head mailman. Thank you guys so much. Email. Send us an email if you can't watch it. survivorjjc@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.
Or you can send us an email and be in the chat.
Yeah.
At the same time.
All the cool kids are doing it.
That's all right.
Yeah. That's like getting an idol and then playing it when you should be.
Yes.
As the game should be played.
Yes.
I got an idol in my pocket.
All right. On that note, everybody, thanks. We will see you next week. My name is Colleen.
I'm still Jamie.
I'm still Jack.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
I'm going to get more Twizzlers. Bye.